It's a really crisp day up here in Mount Mingus. And Mount Mingus is probably like 20 miles outside of Prescott, Arizona. If you probably don't know where that is, but anyway, it's a nice area actually of Arizona. And because of the altitude, it's pretty crisp up here. Today I went into this place. Well, I went down to this place called Cottonwood because I had to get a new tire, but I had to go through this area. It's kind of a mountainous area. It's called Jerome, and it's a touristy area, but it's really unique. When you drive through it, it's it's like you're driving through almost like a small European town or something. It's just very, very compact. Anyway, I took a look at that. I even got a chance to fly the drone just a little bit. And then I went to Cottonwood and got my tire, got a new tire for my trailer. And it's funny, when I blew that tire a couple of days ago, I didn't even know it. Like, I'm driving down the road and, it felt fine. I wasn't going that fast. But somebody drove up beside me and blew the horn and said, you blew a tire. So I stopped, and man, it was really blown. Like, it was just destroyed, blown. So I, got that. That was actually, I went to this place called Discount Tire. I've been to it's like a chain. I've been to it before, and it was actually pretty easy experience. A lot of it was done. You just drive up and they come up to your window, because of COVID. So anyway, I came back and I could hear in the background the machinery in the distance, the machinery of cutting down trees. I don't know what you call that, a logger or something like that. But it's this thing, I went down there and recorded some of it. It's this thing that cuts down the trees and then plops them down to the ground. And I'm telling you, for me, it's just heartbreaking to watch it. Because, I'm kind of an environmentalist, and I do not like seeing trees destroyed or any kind of land destroyed. When I talked to the guy from the Forest Service a few days ago when I first started camping here, he said that they were doing it was a plan to do it because of some kind of beetles and some kind of worms and something else. But I just have a hard time believing that, because there's so many trees that have been cut down. So I just have a hard time believing that many had, some kind of beetle or whatever in it. So as I was walking down there a few minutes ago, I walked past a tent. There's two guys sitting out just watching from a distance them cut down the tree. So I walked up there and talked to them for a few minutes. I said, "Are you watching the carnage?" And they said, "Oh yeah, we hate it. And I'm like, yeah, the forest is already so thin as it is now, and now they're cutting down more. But the one guy said he'd been coming here for 30 years camping. I guess he's seen over time, the diminishing of the forest. But it just kills me, but nothing I can do about it. There's not a lot of people out here because there's some signs up that say, area closed, road for logging trucks only. Now this road is a dirt road, and it's basically a single lane. And these logging trucks, if you see them go by, all this machinery are humongous. So there's no way that you could really share the road. So anyway, as a consequence, not very many people are out here camping. It's probably 3 of us. So to get here, you go up, you turn off the main road, and then you have to go up this road. You come to a campground, and it says, campground closed, which I don't know why it would be closed, but anyway, it is. And then after that, you get onto a dirt road. And, by this point, most people have turned around. If they have trailers, most people will have turned around because it's just really rocky and a lot of big holes in the road, and it just, it'll tear your trailer up and your truck up too if you go too fast. Of course, I go like 1 mile an hour, so it doesn't hurt me. And so then about a mile in is where I'm camped. So it's a really good spot. It's cold. It gets really cold at night. I have had to run the heat at night. And it's crisp in the daytime. Like the sun comes out and warms you up. But if you're not careful, you can get chilly like really fast. So that's the kind of area I'm in right now. But I've got about, I think 5 more days I have to remain here. And I'm going to get my second COVID shot and get that over with so I can start this new chapter. This new chapter of not having to worry about, getting infected with that. And then after that, I am heading back east. I'm going to stop in the Blue Ridge Mountains. One of my favorite places, by the way. I've been there so many times. I just know the way around by heart, I'm going to stay on the Blue Ridge Parkway and go down to the little towns. There's some little towns there in the Blue Ridge Mountains. If you haven't been to the Blue Ridge Mountains, it's Tennessee and North Carolina, you should go. And if you go in the spring, summer, and the fall, those are beautiful times. I say the fall is probably the best, but every time I say that, then I go there in the summer and everything is so green and lush, and I'm like, no, this is the best. But then if you go there in the spring and you see all the flowers blooming and everything is so fragrant, then you say, no, this is the best. So it's really hard to decide, but I'm definitely going to stay in the Blue Ridge Mountains for probably just a day or two, since I've been there so many times. And then I'm going to go back to my house, park my trailer, and then it's going to be kind of up for repairs and renovations and stuff for a period of about 2 months, till sometime in June, at which point I will be really stir crazy. I'm going to take off again, and I'm going to go north, like Montana and Wyoming and, Oregon, Washington State. Isn't that neat that somebody took the time to make this rock or to stack these rocks? I'm not talking about the fire pit so much. I'm talking about that. So there's a few here at my campsite. So there's that one. And then there's one over here. So what do you think of that? The camper decorations. And then lastly, there's one straight ahead right there. I leave them just the way they are, so that the next person who comes along will find them. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up here and go back into my trailer out here in the woods in the Mingus Mountain. I guess it's gonna be dark in like an hour, so I just wanted to kind of get out here and enjoy the outdoors and you know, do this recording really quick.